Lenovo made a new version of their budget-friendly LOQ gaming laptop, but it's worse. This is the LOQ Essential, a cheaper version of their popular LOQ gaming laptop. Or at least it's meant to be cheaper. Right now, it actually costs more than the original LOQ, but that'll probably change once it's been out for a while and had some good sales. But the problem is that the LOQ is a great budget-friendly gaming laptop that I've been recommending for the last couple of years. But now with this new version, Lenovo has cut out what made the LOQ so great and, as per the name, kept the bare essentials. The new LOQ Essential version has a 30% lower GPU power limit compared to the original LOQ, and as we can see here, less GPU power means lower FPS in games. Basically, you're just not going to get as good of an experience playing games on the new Essential version. Now, don't get me wrong, you can still play games on this laptop and have a great time. It's just that when compared against the original LOQ, you're missing out, and it gets a lot worse. The LOQ Essential only has room for one stick of memory, while the original LOQ has two. Not only that, but the Essential version only has room for smaller 2242 sized M.2 SSDs, so you can't fit the more common 2280 SSDs in like the bigger LOQ supports. The main thing that annoys me is a lot of stores aren't actually specifying whether or not they're listing the original LOQ or the new LOQ Essential. The easiest way that I've been able to quickly tell is by looking at the power button. On the original LOQ, the power button is in the center and looks like the LOQ logo and lights up, while on the LOQ Essential, the power button is on the right and it's just a standard power button. It doesn't light up. It's not all bad news though. The new LOQ Essential is actually smaller and lighter compared to the original LOQ, but that's partly because the build quality just isn't as good. This feels like a cheap laptop, make no mistake. I really didn't like typing on the keyboard. It's got less key travel, so key presses feel flat, and it's got some sort of weird grippy texture on the keys. The LOQ Essential's battery is also a bit smaller than the original, but despite this, it actually ended up lasting longer compared to most of the other LOQs that I've tested. But those are pretty much the only positives of this new Essential version. There's way more that's worse. Get ready. The Essential version does not have a backlit keyboard. You can spend $20 more in some countries to get one, but it's not an option everywhere. The ports aren't as good compared to the original LOQ. The Essential version has one less USB Type-A port, and its Type-C port is slower, does not support Type-C charging, and does not have DisplayPort support. And those are all things the original LOQ does support. CPU performance is worse compared to the original LOQ with the exact same processor, both in terms of single-core and multi-core performance. The Essential version performs even worse than the original if we unplug the chargers and run off of battery power. There's no muck switch, which means no advanced Optimus or G-Sync, all of which were available with the original LOQ. The Essential version also uses a lower quality 720p camera instead of 1080p, and despite all of those downsides, the LOQ Essential costs more money compared to the original LOQ. Granted, that will probably change, it's just that the LOQ Essential only just came out. But still, if you can find an original LOQ for less money or the same price, then definitely buy it. It makes no sense to go for the Essential version. Heck, I'd be willing to pay at least $50 more to get the original version instead of the Essential. It's just an all-round better laptop. But of course, if the Essential version is cheaper and you're on a tight budget, well, like I said, it's got the essentials and you'll be able to play games on it. It's just not as good as the original LOQ. They've made quite a lot of sacrifices with the Essential version. But there's way more that you need to know about this laptop. So check out my full in-depth review over on the main channel next. I go into way more detail in that one, so I'll see you in that one next.